Hi, hey, what's up, man? How you guys doing? This is Joe D, and welcome to another question and answering comments and answering questions on my videos. I haven't done it. I think this is the third week, so I'm like 3 weeks behind. Well, an extra week over what I try to go about 2 weeks. Um, but today is November 12th, 2017. The Rams just crushed the Texans 33 to 7. Let me double check that score real quick. Yeah, 33-7. I wanted to make sure I didn't get that incorrect. And absolutely, those of you know, I am just a diehard Rams fan. Love the Rams. I am so happy to see us finally putting together a decent season. So this is Cranberry Sprite. Um, do I have a way to show you this? I guess so. Well, let me see. Maybe I do. Let me see. Give me just a second. I might have a way to show you. It actually should pop up in here. Apple put out, well, at least I finally, maybe other people got. I'm a diehard Apple fanboy, but for those of you that don't know, it is up here. Cool. For those of you that don't know, I am just a diehard Apple fan guy. Love Apple. So let me see if I can quickly. I got it on my desktop now. The picture of my drink here. Yeah, see that's I'm getting I'm getting I'm getting texts from people that are from people that know the Rams won and they know I'm a Rams fan. So, and the cool thing about being all in the Apple ecosystem like I am, everything is Apple. Apple TV, Apple this, Apple that, you name it. I have Apple. I have everything Apple in this house. um, so when I'm on the computer, when I'm on my iMac, if I get a text on my phone, it comes on my computer and I can just answer it real quick, just like you just saw. So, a little, a little whatever type stuff. So here is a look at my drink, and I posted this image a little while ago to Instagram. So for those of you that are on my Instagram, this Sprite Cranberry is kind of new to me. I picked it up maybe a week ago or 2 weeks ago. I picked up a 12 pack of that, and I picked up this Absolute Vodka this weekend. Mm. And perfect. I poured about right here, so almost halfway with the vodka. So it's almost a 50-50. It's probably more 40-60 actually. And then some nice crushed ice in there. Keep it cold. So that's an exact look at my drink, and the cranberry and vodka mixture that I decided to use for this drink. Uh, hey, we got Earl Keller in there. What's up, man? And we got Tom. What's up, brother? But that is a look at my drink for those of you that are curious. I'll also let me see. How can I do this? Yeah. Oh, it's awesome, man. I love the Rams, bro. When the Rams win, it is awesome, brother. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of other people are just like me, man. I'm originally from the LA area, so I was born and raised there. At least I haven't lived there in years, but um, so a lot of my old school friends and some of my family are texting me right now, and yeah, we're Rams. You know what I'm saying? Mm. And so this is my celebratory drink. I love this glass. This is kind of a A little bit of a choke on the damn ice, man. That's embarrassing, isn't it? But it's a little wow, a little bit of a. I use this glass. This is like what, a whiskey glass, really, right? Man, don't you hate that? Better drink more, right? Wow. So I whip out this glass on special occasions. It's a crystal glass. Well, it's not going to ding like it does when it's empty, but it's a really cool glass, and I paid a ridiculous amount of money for it at one of those expensive pinky out, overpriced stores that you go to, and one of the more reasonable things that they had in there was this stupid glass, so I bought one. Because it's kind of cool. I like the weight of it and stuff. It's a real. This bottom base is just super heavy. I kind of like it. In any case, I whip it out for, nice occasions. So 7-3 right now, as it stands. We go into, who do we play next? Oh, good Lord, who do we play next? Let's see, 2017 Rams. Well, see, it's a good thing that you can just dial this stuff up, man. Google's like your best friend right here. Okay, so we just crushed the Texans. Oh, that's right. Yeah. We got to go to Minnesota. We got a tough schedule here. Check it out. We got to go to Minnesota. And I know everybody wants to hear about the Rams too. So that's that. Hey, did suffer. Because that's who I am. So you've got we got Andrew in there, man. Oh, the turkey is almost. Oh yeah, see, Andrew was messaging me on Facebook. I'll show you my Facebook page here in a little bit, and that way, it's Jody Reviews on Facebook. I don't know if you go like facebook.com/Jody Reviews or how you do it, but that's the page. Anyway, November 19th, 10 a.m. Pacific on Fox. That's Vikings at the Vikings. And then November 26th, that's against the Saints at home and in LA. And then they play here. That's the game I'll be going to here in Arizona. It's the whole reason I know it's confusing because I have Cardinal season tickets, and I actually do end up going to a lot of Cardinal games just because I love football. And so when I have a chance to see football live, I like to see it live. You know what I'm saying? But I've sold the rest of the games for the rest of the season. So with the exception of that one and the Giants at the very end of the year, at least here in Arizona. So in any case, that's the game I will be at. So if you're subscribed on my Instagram, let me see. Instagram. So here's a look at my Instagram right here. So if you're on my Instagram, these are those little animojis. I decided to post one earlier today from the iPhone 10. Some of the cool features that they have on iPhone 10. I've been doing a lot of that. Sort of creative. They have a Clips app that I was playing around with this weekend. So you can see some of the beers and then that drink that I showed you earlier. I finally got my hands on these hot cocoa Oreos. Now, I haven't sampled them. Oh, he's asking me, are these any good? Oh, okay, I'll reply to him a little bit. But I finally got my hands on them. I've been looking for these for months, and they finally came out apparently. You know what? I have found them. I never find stuff at our local Safeway, which is affiliated with Albertsons. So in your area, it might be Albertsons, and in our area, in my direct area of Phoenix, it is Safeway. What Kornheiser calls the refugee Safeway. But in any case, that's for all the littles out there. But in any case, finally found them, so I checked those off my list. Those are one of the hot ones that I was looking for. Found them at Safeway. I can't believe I found something new at Safeway. I think maybe they're making more of an maybe Albertsons is making more of an effort to get some of the new stuff, because I mean, something may come out from Nabisco as far as Oreo is concerned, or Chips Ahoy also does new flavors, but I don't keep up with Chips Ahoy as much. But just the Oreos, and and so they never have anything. So I was there buying some stuff because I kind of like their produce in my particular local area a little better than the other store that's across the street. In any case, so I went there better because their Pico de Gallo, quite frankly, is a little more a lot more fresh. It's better. So anyway, that's that. This was I think last night. I paired this Syntax with the, if you ever have a chance to have these Ritter Sport little square chocolates from Germany, oh, they are so good. The first time I ever had them was actually in Germany, in 1990, late 89 and 90. Actually had them in Germany, and then I can remember several years back when I started seeing them here myself. I was pretty excited. Oh, I want you to check this out. I had bought this. This is one of those giant candies or giant dessert treats that I'd been talking about maybe on the Share Beer Show. I don't remember. Yeah, because there's Bum's in the chat. This is one of them, Bum. This is the 2-pound Rice Krispies that I was talking about, and they have a Snickers bar. I've seen them at Walmart as well, but this sucker was a 32-ounce 2-pound sheet of Rice Krispie treats, man. Huge. And I got it for my mechanic. That's one of them. We only have 2 mechanics at my job, and he's one of them. That's Mike, and he works on my big truck, my tractor trailer that I drive every night. And so I like to bring him in a little treat here and there, and it does kind of grease him up a little bit, and I do get a little preferential treatment, but hey, one hand kind of takes care of the other, you know what I'm saying? And so I am known for bringing him some goodies, at least once a week, and so I brought that for him, and he was all happy because he has a sweet tooth big time. And so we added that up, as you can see here. One of my other long time fans of my videos follows me on Instagram, and so that's him right there from New York. In any case, and I told him we added it all up. If you ate the whole thing, it's 3,600 calories, because there's like 20 servings on this bad boy, 20 or 22 servings, and it was 3,600. So that sheet right there, that 2 pounds of Rice Krispie treats, 3,600 calories. Man. And there, of course, is my iPhone 10 when I first got it and unboxed it. I am just loving it. I can show it to you here right now if you'd like. I've kind of been screwing up because, of course, all this week, and even when I'm out in public with it, people have kind of taken a little bit of they'll kind of look and, is that the new iPhone? I'm like, yeah. And it's kind of fun because you don't get that with phones anymore, right? Phones are kind of like refrigerators these days. Like, oh, okay, that's a nice fridge. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there are appliances these days. Like, who gives a rip about a new phone anymore, right? They all take good pictures. They all do, and they all have decent screens, and they're nice, right? They work, and what do you want? But with this one, there's some hype going into it, and so I have been getting asked, and I've been screwing up. I've been dropping the ball. I have to admit it. So I've been letting people see it in the case, and I have to admit, yeah, see, there we are. Well, you can't see, the screen's not black anymore, but there, yeah, see, there we are. See, there's a look back at my whole screen that you just saw. So I've been showing it to them like this, and I have to admit, in this case, and this is a slim case, but a little slightly thicker, just a slightly thicker slim case. It's not as thin as some of the others, and I'm glad for that because I have dropped it already. And this little rim that goes around it. Well, you guys saw me unbox the case and everything, right? I think I did. Did I do a video on that? But there's this little rim that goes around it, and it protected the screen just right. Landed face down on the asphalt and protected my screen. I got out of it. Let me see if I can keep it black here for a second. There is the tiniest little, I'm not sure if it's going to show up. It's, let me see here if I can keep it dark. Yeah, you might have seen it. Yeah, maybe you did see it because it's like right there, right where that S from the Sunday is at. It is right there. Let's see if you can see it. Yeah, see those three little dots? That's the only, I thought I broke it already. I was like, I had the darn phone not even 4 hours, and I dropped it face down on the asphalt. Can you believe it? But I had this case on there to save my butt. And so those three little dots, but normally you can only see the one dot when the screen is white. When you're looking at something and that white part hits that little, it's about the size of a dead pixel. And when it hits that, that's the only time you can kind of notice. But it's, for me, just, I'm so thankful that the damn glass did, because I'm hearing it's $260 to replace the screen. Maybe even more, I'm not sure. But I've been screwing up because I hand people the phone in the case and say, yeah, check it out, it's pretty cool. And they're kind of like, oh, okay. You know what? I have to admit, this weekend I heard another tech journalist talk about how sexy the phone is and how much it has to be appreciated out of the case, and they're absolutely right. It just looks so cool, just like that. As you can see, it is just, I mean, it is just a cool looking phone, man. It is. It's. I've heard some people say the edges to them feel a little cheap. I don't know. I can kind of understand because the edges feel a little plasticky, if you will, like but you know that they're not. And the thing of it is they're engineered in such a way where it's slick but not super slippery. You know what I'm saying? It has that little bit of a grip to it. So when you're doing like this, there is a little resistance to your fingerprints, and I mean to your fingertips. I have more of a, I don't have super dry hands, but I you know, I don't have like overly moist hands either. You know, I'm an average hand moisture person, if that kind of, you know what I'm saying, just to give you it. Some people have super moist hands and are you know, just overly, I don't know what you call it, but so they even have problems with the fingerprint reader. Like they have problems with the fingerprint reader, you know, picking up their hands and all that. And I can tell you, man, right now I love this phone. It just it unlocks so fast. It's like, let me see if there's a way I can show you. So we open it up. It sees. See, you have to kind of look a little more directly at it. So let's lock it again, and it's just unlocked. See, I typically will just like open it and it just opens. As you can see how fast that went. So we'll darken it. I'll crack it open and you see it's just, I'll even like this and just open it and it opens. See how fast? I mean, I love it. What I love about Face ID as well is that it learns. So there, when you first get it, this is another thing I love. I love the wireless charging. See, right now it's charging. It looked at me, so it's unlocked. You know what I'm saying? One of the things I also like, I could tell you so much. I like that as you're getting notifications on your phone, right? Some notifications I want to get, some I don't, and so I don't get them. But the ones that I do get, what I like is that it pops up as just, and it just says notification. So you'll see that that notification is coming from Instagram or Google Plus or YouTube or something, but it'll say the app, but it'll just say notification. It don't say the person's name or whatever it's for. If it's from iMessage, it'll just say notification. And until you look at the phone and unlock it, is the only time that it will show you whatever level of showing that you want the notification to do, right? So some people have it to where they want to see the whole text that they get from somebody. It's all your personal discretion, right? But whatever that level is, it'll finally show you when it unlocks. So until it does, though, it only says notification, and I like that. I like that part of it. I love that the animojis are kind of fun. I can see where that nostalgia is going to wear off. They have a Clips app though that is really fun, and if you're creative, it's really fun. I'm trying to think of ideas to do with it, for this sort of thing. With that Clips app, I've been like sending videos to my family and people I know. I've been texting them, so they've been getting the brunt of all this Animoji and all the clip stuff. I did some creative videos for my nephew and my grandson and stuff like that, and they have a lot of Star Wars stuff, a lot of Disney stuff, as you can imagine, because of the Apple tie-ins to those projects, or what do you call them? Empires, or I don't know. Man, I'm losing the words. Anyway, but to those, oh man. Anyway, to those things, right? So that part is fun. I love that also they finally got it right. Now on at least I'm coming from an iPhone 6 Plus. Not an iPhone 6S, not a 7, not a 7S, a 6 Plus, right? So, when you would try to sign in to whatever it was, whatever app, let's say, I have Bank of America app, you try to sign into it, and it would never quite sync up your passwords and everything like they promised it would. This one does, and it allows Face ID to do it. For some reason, my left thumb on the fingerprint reader would never pick up. I don't care what phone, it just would never pick up my left thumb. So I was constantly having to use if it was this hand, I'd have to, switch and use another finger. It was a little bit of a pain. With the Face ID, man, it just pops up. And once you OK apps to use the Face ID to open, they just open, and it's great. I just love that. I don't have to even use the finger to, you know what I'm saying? It's just great. I love it, and it learns. So maybe the first, because now it's been over a week. It's, Friday was a week, and so now it's been what, Friday, Saturday, so 10 days. And it's learned. So it very rarely asks me for my pass code anymore. Over this 10-day period, it still hasn't. Today it did as well. But when you first get it, it's going to still ask you a lot. You're going to wonder, like, is this thing, what the hell? But it's learning. What it's doing is, as you're looking at the phone, maybe from a particular angle, it's still not quite sure if that's you. So it's going to ask for your passcode. You put your passcode in, and okay, that face was you. So then it's learning. Okay, so next time I see your face from that way, you know what I'm saying? And it's putting like 130,000 dots around your face to map your face, right? Not your eyes, not your iris, just your total face. And so it's learning. And so it kind of locks that in. So the next time it gets you from that position, it'll lock you in. And then so on and so on and so on. And you'll notice that it's getting better. I have not done some of those tests that some people have done in bright daylight. I went outside today and it still opened up. I didn't have any problems. It's still, 85, 80, it was 86 degrees today. It was the high here in Phoenix. So, the sun is still pretty bright here. I was out in the middle of the day. I didn't have those sort of problems, but some people are saying they had those problems. I don't know that they're having those problems anymore. On those first few days of the launch, they were having those problems. But I love the phone. The phone has been great. It's a sexy phone, I have to say. I mean, look at the other one, the black. Oh, see, look, I want you to see that. See how it says just notification? So I like that part of it. So that, it pops up, it's a notification from, it's still hard to see on the screen. It's a notification from Instagram. Oh, well, now you see the whole thing. It unlocked already. I looked at it for 2 seconds and unlocked. But, you did see the part where it just said notification before it unlocked, right? So, but it's a great piece of hardware. I love the black on black look, the back kind of looks the same with the exception of the camera goes up and down now, but it sure does look good. It is nice. I like it better than the white. I don't think the white, because the white has the chrome edge and it doesn't quite look as nice as the black, in my opinion. That's my opinion. But in any case, Bum says here in the chat, those Oreos are available here. Didn't buy them yet though. So he saw the hot cocoa Oreos. I hadn't seen them yet, so I was real happy when I seen them today. Actually, I picked them up today, so I was super happy. And then he says, "Did anyone try the mystery Oreos yet?" I did. I'll give no spoilers, but the flavor is obvious as soon as you smell them. Okay. Now, as you can see, I did try them. So let me show you real quick here. This is my post from Instagram again. And I'm Joe D Photography on Instagram. So if you do want to follow, you can see it's right there. I don't hide it. And I finally got them. I was a few weeks late to getting them, but I finally did get them. I felt like personally they tasted like Fruity Pebbles to me. They kind of tasted like Fruity Pebbles to me with of course like a chocolate cookie. That's what I kind of felt like they tasted like. There was some guys at work, because what I do is I buy them just like the hot cocoa ones. I haven't tried them yet. I bought them. I'll take them to work, and then I only have 1 or 2, or if they're super good, then I might have 3 or 4. But that way I only have 1 or 2 cookies, and then it's over. So there's only typically 20 cookies I think in these limited edition bags. So that's what I do, and that's I'll answer the guy that commented on the hot cocoa ones, how they were. I'll let him know. I'll post in Instagram tomorrow what I thought. But that's typically what I do, and I like to do that, like I say, for that obvious reason, so I don't eat the whole bag. And then for another reason, to try them with other people and get other people's input right off the bat. And I'm already known. Whenever someone sees the Oreos there, they're like, "Oh, Joe brought Oreos again." You know what I'm saying? Because I buy a lot of them. So let me see. Andrew says, "Let me see. I have not seen the sheets of Rice Krispie bars." Yeah. Pearson's Candy here, and St. Paul makes a number 5 salted nut roll. Oh, okay. Let me see. If they have a super good flavor like blueberry pie, I'll have 2 or 3 packages. Yeah, I don't know if I could. I still like to buy. I still like to buy, a bag or 2, and take them to work and see what other people think. Because otherwise, like he said, you'll especially the good ones, you'll eat the whole bag, so but for anybody wanting to follow me on Instagram, there's my Instagram. You're more than welcome to. So let's get to enough Rams talk, because I could go in deep on the Rams and just keep talking, because I am totally in love with this team. I mean, I have a total man crush on Gurley and on Woods and on Cooper Kupp, right? I mean, you just gotta love the guy's name, Cooper Kupp, right? Like, you gotta love it, you know. But yeah, total man crush on Woods and Kupp. Oh, they're just my favorite receivers right now, man. Those guys are awesome. And Gurley, come on, how do you not love Gurley, man? You know what I'm saying? The guy's a stud, you know. Mm. Good old school, you know, north-south running back with some finesse to him as well. Reminds me of like Eric Dickerson or you know, some of the, you know, that kind of running back from back in the day when the Rams were still in LA. Let's see. So let me get to the original stuff here for to the oh, and for the yeah, I'll show you just in case some of you might be interested. This is my Flickr account, Jody Photography on Flickr as well. If you want to look me up, I post a lot of my sunrise photos and stuff like that I post on Instagram as well, but also some of my, you know, professional photography. My sunrise photos are, oh, I should have had one in here so you could see. But I post these in here as an example of what you can do with your phone. You know what I'm saying? So here's an example. Like, this is something that's created on my phone. I just took this with my phone. You know what I'm saying? So if you like it, I mean, I'm no different than you. You have a cell phone. I have a cell phone. You know, or some people call them a mobile. I have a mobile. You have a mobile. You can create this too. I mean, I take pictures of sunrise. If we take a lot of pictures with our phones or our mobile devices, you know, turn them into works of art. I can show you here an example that, you know, maybe not this exact one, but let me stop sharing the screen. But this is an example of I printed. This is a 12 by 18 print, and this hangs in the wall of my house. You know what I'm saying? That's from my phone. It makes a great print, 12 by 18. As you can see, the images behind me there are, you know, those are with my, you know, SLR and my professional equipment, but those are the same. This is the same size as those, 12 by 18, and it prints up just this big, just fine, right out of your phone. And I try to encourage people, because we create so many images with our phones, and I think a lot of people don't think much of those images. They're like, you know, it's just some image I create, and that's the way I think of it. I think of that as the same thing. But it's like, look, man, you know, you can take some of those images and do a little, maybe a filter a certain way or this way, and next thing you know, man, you've got a great image that you could print out and put on your wall somewhere. You know, and so that's what I try to encourage people to do, because I love photography, and that's an example of one of my sunrises that I show you, that I take every morning while I'm driving, the five mornings a week that I drive. Typically, now this past week I skipped it because the sunrise is starting to come so late that I'm running into problems taking a sunrise photo. So I have to, you know, I have a job to do, and so I have to be in our yard, or, you know, I'm expected to be in our yard at a particular time, and I try to make that deadline every morning, so the best I can. And so if I were to wait till after 7 a.m. is when the sunrise is rising now, then I'll, with the traffic and everything, I'd never make it back to the yard by 8, which is my cutoff. Very good. I'm impressed with that Sprite cranberry. Really good. Not too sweet. It's just that nice little mellow drink with vodka that you want. And the vodka is 40% ABV, by the way. That Absolute. So many different vodkas right now. In any case, let me get back to, I had that Flickr up there, so I thought I'd show those of you that might be interested in checking that out. Where's that? Where's the comments? Here we go. So, okay, so here we go. Here we go. There's the comments. So let's go. We're gonna have to go down a little ways. Show more. Let's see. We're 2 weeks right here. I would assume it might be another week. Yep, 3 weeks. Yep, that's what I thought. Okay. And looks like Chris Clark's going to be our first one here. Let me see. So this is the Arby's venison sandwich. And I don't know. Are they still? Is Arby's? I've been hearing stuff off and on about this sandwich, and I'm kind of wondering if they're still not serving it. Yeah, Tom says he's in the same mood. Tom went. By the way, you can go to my Facebook page, and let me show you real quick too. Let me see. Okay, here's my Facebook page. You can go to my Facebook page and check this out, and that's the Animoji. I posted it there too. What some of you might be interested in is this. I finally got around to posting, and it would only let me do the pictures. I'll have to catch up. I plan on catching up a lot of my online stuff today or tonight. So this is the picture of all four of us here from GABF when we were in Denver. There's Mark and his brother Paul. There's myself and Tom right now that's in the chat. Great time, man. We had a good time. And these are pictures that I took. There's Zach that you always see in Share a Beer. This is the Share a Beer crowd, man. And we hung out and actually shared a beer. This is my train ride. First coming into, from leaving the airport. And then that was my first beer in Denver when we were there at I already forgot the name of that bar, but and that was already my first free beer. I wasn't in Denver more than a couple hours. I already got free beer. It was awesome. That was on our walk to JBF. Beautiful, great weather. Check out the images. There's plenty of images on here. You're more than welcome to go to my to the Jody Reviews page on Facebook and check that out. You're more than welcome to. So here we go. This Arby's venison, that was the Arby's venison review that I did. Chris Clark said, I've heard about the sandwich, but didn't know when they were selling it. Then again, as a hunter, did I talk about, maybe I did cover this. Let me see, where the deer outnumber the people. I have venison in the fridge most of these years, so I probably wouldn't have bought it, for example, tonight for dinner. I took the bacon grease from this morning, fried some ground venison with green pepper, onion, garlic, celery, and cabbage. Wow. And served it over rice. Delicious. Yeah, sounds good to me. I'm only pissed because you didn't invite. Let's see. But what you say is spot on. Yeah, because it's leaner than beef. When you cook a venison steak, you have to leave it a little pink in the middle because it's easy to dry out if you overcook it. Yeah, that's what I've heard. So I'll give it a thumb up. Thanks for your comment, my friend. Sounds like a great meal you cooked up there. Should have invited me, man. Let's see, and we have head coach. Man, I'm kind of surprised head coach ain't in there right now. Man, he usually pops in there. There's still plenty of time. He might just pop in there. This is from my other answering comments video on 10/22, so that would be October 22nd. Thanks for this. So I'll just kind of heart that one. And I'll just tell him you're welcome. Let me see. Oh, okay. Give him a thumbs up too. Why not? Thank you. We have Dave G. This is on Friday share beer for 10/20, which is October 20th. Joe, do you have the link for the beef jerky recipe Mark made? Oh, good question. Let me see. No, I don't. Let's see. Dave shows up, every once in a while. Let me see if you show up. Or let me see. The next time I'll put. Let me see. Next time you show up for the show, just ask. Just ask us for the link. Yeah, and then that way we can tell Mark, and then Mark can post it in the chat so that he can have that. Yeah, because it did sound like a pretty decent beef jerky recipe. So, and then Sadiq, this is from Sadiq on 10/22's answering comment show as well. Let me see. No picture, no beer for you. Now, Sadiq, as some of you may know, he's the one that's always on me about taking pictures of the beer, and I didn't take a picture of that beer, so he was giving me a little lashing right there, man. A little. It's all good, man. Let me see. So I'll just put LOL. That's funny. 8,000th subscriber. Cool, man. Glad, yeah. Glad you made it. I don't know what else to say. Let me see. Cool. Or maybe that's awesome or something, right? So let's see here. Let's see. We have a couple comments on Share Beer Show 435, which was Ginger or Mary Ann. Awesome channel. Matthew, and then Neri commented, Matthew the Great coin roll hunter. Indeed. So he's just kind of replying to him. Awesome channel. And then Neri replied to Matthew, indeed. So so let me see. Let me put thanks. And let's see, appreciate your support. Okay. And then Neri, I'll just kind of heart him. He tunes in regularly, so on the Friday show at least. And then I think he watches the recording of the main show on Tuesday. I think he watches when he can the main show. We have Dave G again, and that's for the show of 435 Ginger and Marianne. How dare Fear make fun of my Philadelphia Eagles, Cox, Peters, and Small? I remember that. I bet he didn't mention the fact that the Eagles have the best record in NFL or in football right now. Uh, that was a funny reference. Oops. I don't think I spelled reference right at all. Huh. Let me see. There it goes. Okay. Thank God for autocorrect, right? God, I love autocorrect. Let me heart him and thumbs up him. Let me thumb up him and heart that one as well. Let me see. Okay. For the same show again, that was 4:35, right? Ginger and Marianne. We have Tapping Out show. I'm going to say this episode has so many of my favorite in one show. Cheers. And yeah, we did talk about a lot of different old school kind of stuff in that show. So for those of us that are, probably mid 30s up, I would imagine there was a lot of references in that show that you could appreciate. So not just something from recent memory, but something from what is now becoming long term. You know what I'm saying? Now, for the moms that watch the show, our long term is nothing to them, right? But and we do have plenty of people that do have some years on even us, so our long term history isn't that long to them. But hey, it's long to us. You know what I'm saying? And it's still long. It's still like, 30 plus years. That's long, right? Let me see. I'm going to say this episode has so many of my favorite. Okay. Let me see. Thanks for watching, my friend. Okay. And we'll reply there and heart that and check mark. And we have JJ. Let me see, Joe. And this is on Live Spirits Review. Oh, this is on my Kirkland Canadian Whiskey versus Crown Royal. Yeah, I did that video years ago already. Joe, thanks for an informative common man's review of this whiskey. You have a down-to-earth style that is a real pleasure. I raise my glass to you, amigo. Salute. I think that's what he meant, salute, but he said salad. Since he said amigo, I would assume he meant salute, but it came out salad. I'm gonna have to start doing that now, right? I'm gonna have to start telling people instead of dilly dilly, I'm gonna have to tell people salad. That is awesome, isn't it? Hey man, hey Tom Bum, salad. And I ain't telling nobody where it came from. You're going to have to know the reference, right? You're going to have to watch this to know that that was a reference from an actual commenter on our videos. That is awesome. I love that. Salad. So now we have a bell. We have dilly dilly. We have, oh, did you see the latest Bud Light commercial from today? I just seen it first time today. Kind of dig it. It's not as great as Dilly Dilly. It's not. I'm not even going to pretend like it is. But it's still kind of funny. Bud Light commercial, zombie type of thing. What's that zombie show? And anyway, the guy, he's got all the armor on and he runs in the room where they're at, and they're like, do you got the stuff? You know what I'm saying? Or do you have it? And he has a bag full of whatever and he dumps it out there and there's food, a little bit of food and a little bit of, medical supplies or whatever, right? A little bit of stuff, right? Dumped on the floor there. And they're like, dude, where's the Bud Light? You know what I'm saying? And he's like, the Bud Light. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you freaking kidding me? He's looking at him like, what? I got food in there. What are you, crazy? You know what I'm saying? And they look out the little window that they can see, and you could just see from their viewpoint of looking out the window, there's this little, BS gas station out there with zombies literally all around it, right? And you can see the Bud Light through the window of the gas station. And they're like, dude, it's totally clear. What's the matter with you? Get the Bud Light. Like, they're like, go back out there and get it. You know what I'm saying? And they have a little refrigerator, then they crack it open, and there's still like a 12-pack in the fridge, and they're like, we're almost out here. What's wrong with you? Go get the Bud Light. Like, as they're grabbing a couple more, but oh, it's kind of funny. You know, you kind of feel for the guy. The guy's like, you know, I just brought you food and supply. Like, you can stay alive, stupid, because of the stuff I did for you. You know what I'm saying? And they're like, what's wrong with you? We need more Bud Light. We can see it through the window. What's wrong with you? Zombies all around the darn thing, right? And, oh, it's kind of funny. But I thought I'd share that with you in case, you know, maybe you saw it, maybe you didn't, but I thought it was kind of funny. So, yeah, see, Bob thinks it's funny too. Solid. And then, you know, hey, JJ, we're laughing with you, my friend. It's just kind of funny. You know, we poke fun even at ourselves when we do something like that. And that's just going to be a thing for me. I love that. So I know what he meant. So let me see. Let me put thank you. So let me put thank you, my friend. You know, that kind of video holds true even now, because I did that video years ago now. What was it, 2012 or 2013? But it'll still hold, because I think that Kirkland or, you know, Costco will continue to make that. That was when I was really heavy I love Costco, with a tattooed Costco on my chest type of dude, and now I'm not so much. Wait a minute, didn't I just do that? 8,000. Yeah, that's him again. Badger Mayhew. I'm the 8,000 subscriber. Well, at this point, I'm just gonna all heart him and check him, but I ain't gonna reply again. What are you, crazy? And then yeah, we got Andrew saying in the comment in the chat here, don't forget about your coworkers eating bananas when you walk into work. Yeah, you explode like the Kool-Aid man through the wall with the double entendres. Yeah. Yeah, kind of funny. Let me see. This is another. Let's see, a comment from Friday Share Beer from October 27th. Happy iPhone pre-order day. So yeah, that was iPhone pre-order. So that's when I pre-ordered my iPhone. And Neri said, and again, it was fun talking about beer and some other stuff. Hope to see you all next week. Take care. So yeah, let me just let's see, as always. Thanks as always. Okay. Yeah, I see Bum says that in the chat. A self-deprecating sense of humor is a requirement to be a Share Beer participant. Yeah, because you never know, man. Like, it could just happen at any rate. You know, like our friend Lance. The guy literally has a problem, right, with falling asleep. Well, of course, we took advantage of that. You know what I'm saying, on our show, you don't pass out in front of your buddies. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing online. It's, you know, and he's been back on the show. You guys have seen him. You know, he has fun with it. It's, you know, I don't think we went too far, but yeah, you know, you know, you're gonna poke fun. You know, at if you can't poke fun at yourself or ourselves, then what the hell is the, you know, it's not even worth it. We have Neri again on the weekend Share Beer from 11/25, which is Black Friday getaway. Oh, in that, but that's from last year. So That was our Black Friday getaway show. So my first Friday show with Jody Such was it really? So Neri's about to have a 1 year anniversary. Wow. Okay, so that was his first Friday share beer. Yeah, and I called it a weekend share beer show, but we must have did it on a Friday because it was Black Friday. Wow, that is interesting, man. And I think we might have just started doing it. We actually had probably already passed a 1 year anniversary for Friday Share Beer and we didn't know it. Huh. Wow. I'm sorry. I got kind of stuck reading the chat room there. Let me see. We have Richard. Let me see. So let me reply to this. Wow. So he has a 1 year anniversary coming up, and I'm sure we already passed ours, and I didn't realize it. We have Richard Waite. This is the beer review from Black Sheep Ale. Whoo, man, you want to talk about old review? Hello from England, my dear friend. Love your posts. That's cool, man. Thank you. Um, thank you very much for. I really do appreciate it, man. You know, and some of these reviews, even though they may be, 6, 7, 8, or maybe even 9 years old now in some cases, they still hold water, man, because some of those beers just have not changed. The beers that I did in those early days, a lot of those weren't typically seasonals. They were well, as craft beer has evolved, we've develop more of a palate for different stuff. So we require as craft beer drinkers more, right? Don't just give me the same stuff that got me into the craft beer. Give me more, right? So we have different tastes now in IPAs than we originally started with, and so a lot of the breweries have progressed with us as well. Their palates and as the demand has changed for their products, they've come out with different flavors and other variants and new styles even for us to sample. So some of those staple beers that were around for years and years and years are still around, and so those reviews still stand. Like your Guinness. Guinness is still the same Guinness that it's been for hundreds of years. That Black Sheep uh, beer that he just posted that comment for. Well, what did I say? Black Sheep Ale or something like that. That still stands. Some of the other stuff, some of the tech reviews that I've posted, those will be kind of, falling off. But my photography related equipment reviews have still held up. Because some of that equipment, some people are still buying that equipment used, or some people still own that same equipment, and so they're still tinkering around with it. So I still get quite a few views on some of that stuff as well. So let's get back to the comments here. Let's see. We've got a comment from Roscoe White. Yep, no bezels make the phone smaller. It's mostly screen. LOL. So that's from my. I posted this case review on the Caseology Skyfall series case for the iPhone 10, which is the case that I have right now for my iPhone 10 right now. But there was a lot of discrepancy, about before the iPhone, between the time that week that you could pre-order the iPhone but the time that actually it released last Friday, um, no, it was, this particular case was being shipped in a iPhone 8 box, and so it was confusing, and so some people were wondering, like, hey, they sent me the wrong case. And I knew it had to be, something had to be right about the case, because the camera was this way, which is the only iPhone like that right now. So I knew there had to be something right about it. So when I checked into it for literally just a few minutes, on Google, where else do we look for stuff up at? I noticed that this iPhone is actually in between the regular 8 and the 8 Plus. It's that phone in between size. And, and I actually like this size. I do still miss the plus size screen, because that screen is bigger. Even though it's a 5.5 inch, it's more wider. So you have more screen that way. As far as if you have it in this particular manner, the screen is still like that much wider. You know what I'm saying? So it's that much taller if you have it in landscape view. So it does. This one, the new one, is narrower, so it doesn't quite feel the same. But boy, is it beautiful! The screen on the new iPhone 10 is just gorgeous. It really is. It just it feels right. So that's what he was commenting on, and yeah, that's. Let me see. Yep, no bezels, make the phone smaller, and so you're absolutely correct, my friend. Cool. So that posted, and I'll give him a thumbs up. And then this is the Halloween show, I think. Yeah, this is a Share a Beer show, 436. Happy Halloween and World Series talk. Um, and I love that it gave me the option of putting Bum up there with his skull shirt. I think that was a skull shirt he was wearing. I like that because it kind of fit the holiday theme there, the Halloween theme at least. And we have what, Memento Mori, Ma Man. Oh, Ma Man. Okay, Ma Man. Okay, I get it. Cool. So let me see. Yeah, thanks for watching. Cool. So I like to put something in there to at least people, let people know that we got your comment. We saw it. You know what I'm saying? This is my most popular beer video, and that's Guinness by a long shot. That video just continues to get tons and tons of hits. In the early days, Guinness even kind of promoted this video, and that's why it kind of has so many hits. But Jose Moran, right? Like the canned version better than the bottle. So good, right from the glass. So let me comment on this one here, since he kind of went back to back. Yes, I agree. Can version is better. And let's see. Thanks for watching and commenting. Cool. And let's see. This one would be for the review of the Brooklyn Lager. Wow, that's an old one, and I just got to meet. If you go to my Facebook deal there, you'll see the picture of me and the owner of. Boy, isn't there a way I could just go right to it? Do I have to? Yeah. Anyway, you'll see the picture of me and the owner of Brooklyn Brewing, right? I managed to get, yeah, there's, boy, I'm gonna have to go through all of them. Nah, never mind. So you get the point, right? But I did take a picture with the owner of that brewery, which was a huge thrill for me. I really admire him. He has been around for decades, brewing craft beer, and uh, I think he's the first, really big black-owned brewery in the country. And if he wasn't the first, then uh-oh, uh-oh. Oh, okay. Whew, I thought I had a little crack in this glass I was looking at. I am pretty sure he was the first. So if he's not, then someone can correct me. But so it was an absolute thrill for me personally to meet him because it couldn't have been easy. Uh, it's not easy starting a brewery, as we know from our friend Zach, as it is. And then back when he started as a black man starting a business like that is just that tad bit more difficult. Let me see. My favorite beer on my beer site on YouTube. Joe D's enthusiasm is so infectious. He seems up. He seems up all that's positive about drinking great beer. Oh, he sums up. I'm sorry. He sums up all that's positive about drinking great beer. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. That's exactly what I try to. And that's Captain Mirror Boots. What is a mirror boot? What is? I love looking at people's names. Like what is a mirror boot? Um. Oh, do we have Earth in here? Was Earth in here? I didn't know Earth was in here. Was he? Oh, he was. Yeah, cool. Um. Let me see. So I do appreciate that, man, because especially back when I did this, and then for a while there was just this super, super, super big snobbery going on, and I guess there still is with craft beer. And I just always came at it from just the average, everyday Joe kind of, your average blue collar guy. I don't claim to know everything about beer, but over the years of I'm coming up on 10 years of doing these videos. Um, you do learn something and you do retain some stuff, but I still, even to this day, don't claim to know everything about it. I have you out there, the public, to kind of help me remember. And the stuff that I don't know, you guys tell me. Even to this day, you see, I'm making this video right now. I don't know everything. You feel free to correct me, man. But I love that, man. Uh, that people still love that the enthusiasm and that's just me. You can ask Tom in the chat, the people that have actually met me live. Earth has met me, hung out with me, had some beers. Mark. I'm the same way. I am. I don't know how to be any different. That is me. When you meet me, that I don't know how to be anything else, man. This is me. So, um, let me see. Thank you. Uh, so much. Let's see. Yeah, I'll just say thank you so much. I don't know. Hopefully he sees the video and knows what I was coming from. Let me see. We have head coach again. This is from the iPhone X open box. And so these next few comments are from that. Let's see. Tom, head coach, I mean, has two of these. So do your next video from it. Good for you, bro. You deserve it. Let me see. I'll just put thank you on this one here. I'll thumb up him right here. Mark put dilly dilly. Now Mark knows, man, because he was with me. him and his brother and Tom and Zach and everyone else that was there. They were with me, and I was constantly dealing stuff. I don't care where I was at, and even at the GABF, people were like, "Dilly dilly, yeah, dilly dilly." And when we were drinking at the bar, I was like, "Dilly dilly," and people were like, "What the hell's dilly dilly dilly?" You know what I'm saying? You could just see him dilly dilly. You know, it was just kind of fun. I don't know. I think it's just kind of a fun thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Um, and so this comment here is from the iPhone X wireless charging tip video that I did. Uh, the Yamins, I don't know. I don't. The, oh, I don't know. Do I need to? Oh, that's from our mentor. I don't know. Maybe I'll thumb up them. I don't know, just to let them know I saw it. I don't know. Moving on here, Jeffrey Pearl. We have this is from the Reds Blueberry Ale. I finally had gotten around to doing a review on one of these cider type beers or whatever they like to call them. It's a blueberry ale, not a cider. People think like people think. These are very smooth and can get you drunk. Yes, I agree. Thanks for the comment. I agree. Okay, so we have the Dale's Pale Ale. Wow, that's another oldie but a goodie. And of course, we've all had Dale's Pale Ale from Oscar Blues, right? So we have Bio Biro in here. Let's see, and we have is this Duddy or Duty beer reviews and Dayton in the background. I'd have to go back and watch the video, I guess. Let's see. Thanks for watching. Oh, this was. It's so cool because Gloria's Cakes in Albuquerque. Let's see, Gloria's Cakes. Goodbye after 30 years. So they were in the South Valley of Albuquerque for 30 years, and I mean they made the best cakes. And I was so happy when I went in there, and she allowed me to do a video. And they've been gone now for years. I did this video years ago, and this is so cool. Some of the family members will still get on here and comment. And this is obviously, so this was her grandma, and this was my grandma's bakery. So I'm gonna heart this and thumb up it. And this is MCM Penny. Let me see. Thank you for the comment. I have absolutely miss your grandma's cakes. They were the best. And it is kind of sad, and I don't know, I don't know if she personally has anything to do with it, but when I had talked to her, she said, none of the kids wanted to take over the business, so she was just closing it down. That's the bottom line. I kind of know how that goes. I come from a family of small business owners, and my mom owned a business my whole life, raised me in a beauty salon. My mom owned a beauty salon and a fabric shop, actually. But I didn't have any desire to do hair. So I didn't want to take it over either. So that's I understand those sorts of things. In this case, though, it's kind of sad because it's 30 years in the same place and all that, but that's the way it goes. So this is the Guinness review as well. Again, I moaned like a I can't say that, but yeah, I think I'll skip that one. Let me see. Adam Bass Music. Quick bit of advice as an Irish barman and general Guinness enthusiast. Chill the can before serving. Always use a Guinness glass or similar shape, and do a two-part pour. Pour the first 2/3 of the can slowly, then allow it to settle before pouring the final third. Never just pour the whole can into the glass. Okay, I can. Let me see. Okay. Thank you for the. There's not much I can say. That was in my very, very early days of reviewing, and we've all come a long way since then. So, but I still get, like you saw right now, tips on how to pour Guinness, and so that's good. That's good because maybe some people don't, and so some people will read that comment and know how to pour it. And that's good. Friday Share Beer Show 11:03. So this is Happy iPhone Day. So this is the day I think that I got the iPhone, but I didn't get it till after this show. Stranger Things is a great show. Give it a try, Joe. You know what? Dave is right. I keep hearing, and I'm gonna tell him that. I keep hearing about that show. I'll have to give it a watch. I literally just an hour or so ago, someone else was just telling me about it, and then earlier today, someone was telling me about it again. Like I hear about that a lot. As you can see, here's another comment on the Guinness just a few hours ago. Immortal Sin, supping Guinness from a can. Laugh out loud. Get your ass to Galloway. Yes, I don't do that as much as I used to. I used to have to tell people that pour your beer in a glass. As a matter of fact, that used to be one of my sayings, just to pour that beer in a glass. So that's the last comment we have for today. And thank you for everybody that comments, man. I really appreciate it. But yeah, that I used to say that a lot. I used to say, and I'm starting to bring that back slowly. If you have to have one beer, you have to have six. That was my most famous saying from my review days. I still will post reviews, just not, man. I just don't have. It's hard, but it doesn't mean impossible, right? But yeah, that was from those days, and then I used to constantly tell people to please, please, please pour that beer in a glass and enjoy it in the glass. But I think more and more people do, and so I just kind of got out of the habit of saying that. But yeah, I guess I should remind people still to pour it in a glass. The more senses you get involved in your process in enjoying a beer or whatever beverage it is, you pour it in a glass like wine. You don't just drink the wine out of the bottle. You pour it in a glass and you get the nose as you drink it. Just like this right now, I'm having the last little sips of. And part of what you're doing when you're drinking is breathing in, and so that's another sense that you're adding to not just your taste, right? Now you're involving a couple more senses to that. And the more you can involve, so you're involving your sight. It looks appealing, it smells appealing, and and then the taste. And so that all adds to that enjoyment of that beverage, whatever beverage it may be. So thank you to everybody that tuned in and watched. Let me see. I think I have a couple of comments to go over here. Oh, let me see. Earth was, Andrew was saying, Pierre Merpau, Pere Pau is French for carrots, onions, and celery. Oh, I know what you're saying. Okay. Yeah. What is the word for carrots, onions, and celery? It's yeah. I know what you're saying. Yeah. Let me see. I assume he's a chef. Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, that's true. Yeah. I didn't think about that. Yeah, the carrots, onions, and celery. That's your typical mixture for a lot of stuff, right? I mean, that's the base for a lot of things, man. Hey, TD, what's up, man? Yeah, Mirepaw. Yeah, Mirepaw. There you go. Yeah, it's the base for the basics of almost any stew or right. Yeah, I mean, you name it, right? Stew or soup or anything. I mean, carrots, celery, and onions, or some variant of that, right? Like it's the hell. I just added carrots, onions, and celery. Yeah, I just added that to some tuna fish salad I just made a while ago. Tomatoes and cilantro, believe it or not. I added some cilantro in there. What else did I add to that tuna salad? Uh, the tomatoes. Let's diced up some tomatoes real small. Added those in that tuna fish. And I took white albacore and then your regular kind of cheap can tuna and some boiled eggs. I added boiled eggs to it. I like to add a little mustard, a little pepper, no salt because it's already salted. But for the little bit of salting, I added garlic salt. I added like a little tablespoon of garlic salt. Uh, and then I like to add a little regular American mustard and, American yellow mustard and mayo. Some really good creamy mayo. Whoop, whoop, mix that all up and put that on a nice French roll, and all nice and toasted, just right. And you know what I'm saying? And that's what I was having during the Rams game, actually. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was having, man. That was really good. Boy, seeing that comment on that Glorious Cakes video bums me out, man, because those were some good cakes. I don't. Oh, man, those cakes were so good every time. Perfect. You know what I'm saying? So light and fluffy. And then I'm a huge whipped cream icing person, and her whipped cream frosting was just so light. It complemented the cake perfectly. Oh, so missed, right? I mean, you can get a good cake here in Phoenix. Don't get me wrong. Um, but you're gonna pay for it, and that was the other part of it. Her prices were very, very reasonable. I used to like to get the chocolate. Oh, no, no, no. I'm sorry. I'm a white cake kind of guy. I like white cake with the strawberry and banana and whipped cream frosting. So the strawberry and banana filling and the whipped cream frosting. That's the perfect cake for me. From there, right? And oh, so good. But even the chocolate cake, so good. You know what I'm saying? Chocolate cake, I'll eat chocolate cake. Don't mean it doesn't look like I don't eat chocolate cake. I'll eat chocolate cake. I'm just not gonna go buy it. Like if you invite me to your house and you've got a chocolate cake, I'm gonna eat some chocolate cake. I ain't gonna tell you, no, man. No, man. I'm offended by chocolate cake. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna eat chocolate cake. It's just that chocolate cake for me gets kind of rich, especially when you go chocolate on chocolate, or you have like a your typical chocolate frosting that's not a whipped cream. It's gonna get a bit much for me. It just gets kind of rich for me too soon. In those really nice kind of real buttery chocolate cakes that are just so moist and everything are super rich, right? They're just super, super rich. So for me, I have to have just the thinnest of slices because it'll be just, a few bites in, I'm like, oof, right? Like, I gotta brush my teeth, bro. I don't like cakes that are too sweet. I'm not a huge. What about you guys? I'm not a huge. What you call it? Fruit pie person. With that said, though, there's a local farm here that grows its own fruits, of course, and veggies, but they grow everything that they make their pies with, and their pies are delicious, especially when you get them still hot, when they're still warm, and you go pick them up, and they're and they're freshly made, and she's just made them like an hour before, and pulled it out of the oven an hour before, so it's still warm. The crust, oh. You get like the peach. Now, if I'm gonna have a fruit pie, I'll have the peach. I have to admit, you know what I'm saying? A nice good whack, whap, whap. Give me a nice big scoop of vanilla ice cream. Now, this is where we may differ because if I have apple pie, I'm not a huge apple pie guy. I have to admit, I don't care how good it is. I'm not a huge apple pie guy. I'll eat it. Don't get me wrong, but if I do have some, I will have a slice of cheese on it. Are you that person who has apple pie with cheese? Yeah, see, Andrew says he's an apple pie guy. I'm curious to see if he's going to say if he has cheese on it or not. Because I will have cheese on my apple pie. I like cheese that much. Does it look like I don't like some cheese? I'm part Italian. Now, as far as I know, Italians and Mexicans are some of the only people that eat like cheese sandwiches. Like, because I will eat a cheese. I was raised on cheese sandwich. My mom, when I was a kid, you buy a big old huge thing of cheese and whack it, and you like, and there between some bread and there's your sandwich. Like it was cheese sandwich. You know what I'm saying? And then you don't go for a while. That's just, you know what I'm saying? But that's part of being Italian, right? I'm a quarter Italian, and that's part of it. Like that's part of that history, I think, right? There's so many different kinds of Italian white cheeses, these real creamy cheeses, and Mexicans, I think, are the same way. There's a lot of different kinds of white cheese that come out of Mexico. And when I go to the Mexican market, there's a ton of these real nice cheeses and soft cheeses. And I know a lot of Mexicans have like a cheese sandwich as well. So let me see. But so Andrew says that he won't go no cheese, but I will go with the ice cream. Yeah, I like a huge thing of some real high fat vanilla ice cream. Vanilla. I'm a vanilla ice cream kind of person, but I like a real good, nice, high fat vanilla. You know what I'm saying? It's real creamy and just, right? Good stuff, right? On a real nice, if I'm gonna have a fruit pie, I love to have vanilla ice cream with it. A regular cake, I don't necessarily have to, or a cream pie. I'm more of a cream pie person. I like a good like banana cream pie, or I'm not super crazy about coconut cream pie, but there's like a lot of different kind of cream pies, and I could do those. But yeah, that's anyway. For those of you that were wanting to know about the iPhone 10, it's a great phone. I love it. I'm a cord cutter, so that's why I'm not watching the NBC game. I have a hard time getting NBC online. Very, very hard time. I quite frankly have to hack it if I want to watch it. I can watch them, but the game has to be worth it for me. And that game's kind of. So over the air with I bought this new, super hi-fi and over the air antenna and everything a few weeks back on Amazon, and it's better, but I still can't get NBC. Like it's a struggle. You still have to do the old school, hold your arm up this way and your foot that way and this that way. You know what I'm saying? You still have to do all that all that stuff. And it's even harder because back in the day, you used to be able to just get the snow. Like it was different levels of snow that you would get on the screen. Now you just don't get anything. It just pixelates, and you don't get sound, and you know what I'm saying? Like you won't get anything. It's like you get something or not. Like it's with digital signals now, it's way different. So NBC here, for me at least in the Phoenix area, is very tough to get. I can get all the other channels, and there's a ton of them over the air, but NBC is just a tough one. So if they don't put it on NFL Network or stream it, then it's just, or put it out there for you to stream purposely, then the Sunday night game, is tough for cord cutters to watch, in my opinion. I have a hard time watching it without subscribing to like a cable subscription, in other words, without having a cable subscription. So if you're just doing like DirecTV Now, I have DirecTV Now, I have Sling, I used to have YouTube TV. NBC is just really holding out on their content. They're releasing certain content slowly. So a lot of their shows they've released for on-demand type stuff, but the live viewing is the difficult part. And I don't understand what's happening this year particularly. In years past, you used to be able to watch a lot of this stuff on your phone. And for some reason, Fox this year is not letting you watch stuff specifically on your phone. I don't know if it's specifically iPhones. I don't think it is, because I've asked some of my friends that have Androids, and they have the same problem, that are cord cutters. If something about your mobile device, your phone specifically, they won't let you watch it. You have to watch it on your computer, a streaming device that's connected to your TV, or a tablet. It's just weird. I don't know what the deal is with Fox. And then ESPN will do the same thing. I think with Monday Night Football, I think it's the same issue. It's just weird, man. I don't know why the NFL like hates its fans. I don't know why. I just don't get it, because all the other sports you can just plainly watch them. You know what I'm saying? Or they make available their package, so you could buy like the MLB package, or you could buy the soccer package, or you could buy these other package, all the other packages except for the NFL. It's just, it drives you, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know. That's my gripe. If it's gonna turn into a bitch session, that's my bitch. Because I love the NFL, and I just, you're a cord cutter. You just want to save some money, and I know they're losing viewers. And in my opinion, I think that's the biggest reason. I think the biggest reason is because a lot of people are cutting the cord. It's becoming insanely popular to cut the cord, because the cable costs and the satellite subscriptions are just going through the roof, and people are trying to save money. And so they're going to cord cutting. And you have to be careful. I was just talking to somebody yesterday about cord cutting, because they know I'm a cord cutter. And I was just like, you got to be real careful, though, because you can get carried away with subscribing to Hulu and to Netflix and to DirecTV Now and to YouTube TV and all these different TV services. And before you know it, you're way above where you were. So you have to be careful how many you subscribe to. Really compare them and see which one you like, and what you don't like, and what you need and what you don't need. But the more and more people that cord cut, and they're still NFL fans, it's hard to watch all those games, especially the ones that are during the week or the Sunday night game. In my opinion, I think it is, for me. It's just been really, really tough. I have DirecTV Now. I don't have Hulu TV, but I have Hulu, the regular Hulu. I had YouTube TV for that trial. I think it was a 2-month trial or something like that. I had that, but I let that go. I liked it, but I already had DirecTV Now, and I was an early adopter to DirecTV Now, so I still have that 100+ channels. They've added channels to it. At first, it was 100 channels with DirecTV Now, and they've added channels to that. And so it's become a great value because I pay, I don't know, $37. I think it comes out to $38. I think it's that same fee as long as I stay subscribed. So I've just stuck with it and its little quirks and stuff because of that. And then they gave you like a free Apple TV with it, and if you signed up for 3 months. And then they gave me a year of HBO as well for free. So, you know, that's been kind of a nice too, because I used to subscribe separately to HBO. So that saved me an additional $16 a month. You know what I'm saying? So for not only did I get all those channels for being the early adopter to DirecTV Now, but now it was saving me even more money because I didn't have to subscribe to HBO separately, which is that was a huge plus. So otherwise I would have stayed with YouTube TV, because YouTube TV has a nice DVR feature that even to this day, as we're recording this on November 12th, 2017, DirecTV Now still doesn't offer that. They are going to, but they still haven't. You can pause something, and I think you have a half hour worth of pausing something live to watch it, but they haven't offered a DVR feature yet. I think it's the only one of the big ones that hasn't. I think Sling definitely does, because I've re-signed up for Sling just to get NFL Network. It's stupid, but I'll let that go as soon as football season's over. Again, I let it go before, so I'll let it go again. I don't really like Sling TV. I don't like their guide. Their guide drives me insane, and they don't really offer that many channels for the price. But some people love Sling, so you know what I'm saying? It's all a personal preference. But YouTube TV I thought was good. I've heard some decent things about Hulu TV, but I have not tried it. And PlayStation TV, I think people are really, or PlayStation Live or whatever they call it, but I think a lot of people were super excited about it when it first launched, and I think people quickly just jumped off that bandwagon, you know what I'm saying, and went to either YouTube or Hulu or some other product, because and there's a lot of us that have kind of stuck around with DirecTV Now. They've added a lot of channels, and their guide is great. Their guide is kind of what you're used to as far as a guide, but their guide on my Apple TV has still a couple little quirks to work out. And I really wish they would update it, because there's an issue when I'm already watching something and I want to bring up the guide again to my favorites, because you can make a favorites menu, a favorites guide at least for your favorite channels, and it'll pop up the nice grid like you're used to with all, you know, the way you're used to on your regular cable or satellite system. It pops up the nice grid, and you can still be watching the show in the background that you were originally watching, but it won't highlight where your cursor's at sometimes. So you have to like back out of it again and then re-jump into it, and then sometimes it'll appear, and sometimes it takes a couple of times doing that back and forth while you're already watching a show. You know what I'm saying? So let's say I'm watching one game, and then like today I was watching a game, but I wanted to switch to the race, the NASCAR race, because it was here in Phoenix today or this weekend, and it's the second to the last race of the season, and I was trying to switch back and forth, and you know, it was a headache trying to do that. So anyway, guys, I'm out of here, man. We'll see you guys. Thank you for all your support. I really do appreciate it. And cheers to the Rams winning, man. Hopefully we can get to the playoffs, keep this winning streak going. I'm loving it. The Rams, it looks like the Rams and the Eagles are on this destiny to, you know, once we play each other, and I think it's the 10th of December. I think we actually play each other in LA. So the Rams and the Eagles. So I'm looking for this. To me, it's the big game. To me, that is the big game, because we both have I think the best records in the NFL right now, or some of them, and so that's the big matchup. If both of us keep winning, they're coming off a bye right now, but if both of us keep winning, that's going to be a big game. So we'll see you guys, man. Peace out.